Okay, hello and welcome back to Cooking with Dr. Drew. What I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be out of the picture, but I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. This is the Alfredo sauce, and this is a really easy recipe. The back of my head is getting very hot, so I'm going to move now. Alright, so here's what we do. First of all, you're going to have to know your stove fairly well. You just put this stove on, and you want to start with butter, melted butter. Now, I can't express this to you enough. You do not want to use too much butter. If you do, the sauce will break down and it won't work. That's one of the things that make or break a Alfredo sauce, at least in my opinion, is the butter. So I barely put even one pat of butter in there, maybe two. And for this amount, I probably am going to. So I already got the pan heating up, and you can see that butter melting there. And I don't let it go very far. I don't want it to get brown. I'm not trying to do that. But you see that it's already starting to smoke. So when the butter finally breaks down and starts to smoke, maybe even a little bit, I really don't like to do that. You want to let that butter melt. Now, this is where you're going to want to add, you can use half and half, you can use milk if you want, you can use whatever you want, but I would recommend heavy whipping cream. I'm going to fill this up about halfway. Alright? Now this is another very important part. This is a tip. And so you want to listen closely. It's a good idea to have your binder, whatever you're going to bind this with, really quickly available. And you're also going to want to have a rubber spatula. You can use a wooden spoon too, but a rubber spatula works better. So what you want to do is you want to wait until the heavy cream starts to boil. It's not boiling enough. You want to let it get going pretty well, but again, if you let it go too far, it'll boil out and you'll have a huge mess. That's why you need to get your cheese ready. I use Parmesan cheese. You can use Asiago or other kinds of cheese. But here's the key to making this work. First of all, a little bit of butter. The second key, making sure that you put the cream in right time. Third thing, let the entire thing start to boil. And this final part, this is the most important part. If you put your cheese in before it starts to bubble, the cheese will sink to the bottom and you'll have a big glumpy mess and it'll be horrible. So the cream needs to be very hot. Alright, see how it's almost going to take over, and then I put this cheese in and it'll almost automatically start to sink and go down. Now here's the last piece. Stir it and don't stop. If you stop, the sauce will break, the cheese will clump up, and it still tastes good, but it's not Alfredo. It's not right. Now, some folks like to add a little hazelnut at this point. That's absolutely fine. I don't think of myself as a purist. And I know that there are probably, I don't know, a couple of thousand Italian chefs that are watching this right now and saying, well, you're doing it absolutely wrong. That may be according to you, but if you're watching these videos, it's because you want to know how Dr. Drew does it. So you want to know how to do it right. Now check this out. Look how smooth that is. Isn't that wonderful? We've got our Alfredo sauce, and if you have a flame, that's the best. I don't happen to have one of those right now, but if you have an element, go ahead and turn it off, but keep stirring. Keep stirring, keep stirring. And that element will slowly start to cool off. But you want to make sure that you keep right on stirring. All right. Sandy, can you hand me a spoon? I want to show you one last thing so you'll know you can use the spatula. It's a little bit easier if you use a spoon. Watch this. Alright. If you watched it to this point, stay with me. You'll get you a spoon of any kind. I guess a fork would work, but I didn't say get a fork. I said get a spoon. So, watch this. This sauce here, smooth, creamy. You take your spoon, and if you lay your spoon right in the back, and it sticks, look at that, your sauce is ready to go. Nice and creamy. Cheese hadn't quite melted down yet, so I'm going to keep stirring, but I'm going to let you go. That's the process, and this is the way you do it. You want it done right, do it my way. If not, you can make it yourself. This has been Cooking with Dr. Drew. I'm very grateful that you watch. Enjoy, and remember, eat because you want to.